This is Emily Brooks's final reflection for Read 6252. This semester has been one of the busiest I have ever attempted. I'd wanted to go back to graduate school since I graduated, but didn't realize I would basically be trying to do about a million things at once, with moving, starting at a new school, planning a wedding, and doing my first semester of a graduate program, all in the same 3-month time frame. But now that all of that is out of the way, I am so glad I chose to go through with this program because I absolutely love what I am learning, and I'm actually really surprised at how useful this first semester has been to me already as a classroom teacher. One of the first things that stood out to me was being introduced to the mini lesson. Like most teachers, I knew that sometimes I did miniature lessons, but didn't know they were a real thing I could structure and plan deliberately into my classes. I love how simple they are and how easy it is to set them up using the 4 easy pieces that you taught us: connect, teach, involve, and link. Another part of this class I really enjoyed was typing up the reflective one-pagers. I think I always had the idea that reflection typically takes place at the end of a class or semester, but I enjoyed the opportunities to reflect and center my thinking at different points throughout the semester. This is something that I've taken back to my classroom, and I now ask students to reflect in the middle of large writing assignments and projects, just to get them centered in thinking about what they have learned so far and how to do better moving forward. There was one lesson we did together in class one night that stood out to me for a couple of reasons, and this lesson was on revision or editing, one or the other. I got the opportunity to watch a video from the Teaching Channel. I had heard about this website before, but hadn't really used it. In the video, the students worked collaboratively in groups to critique each other's writing. The language that the teacher in the video had taught them to use with each other was actually very similar to what we use in our departments when we do observations of other teachers, and then discuss those observations afterwards, and it's called warm and cool feedback. I then taught my students something similar the next time we did peer reviews of writing in class, and they actually enjoyed it, and they didn't feel threatened by sharing their writing or ideas when they knew that the feedback would be structured in a formal and more caring way. Another module that really stuck with me was the module on informational text and informational writing. This is where I got my inspiration for the infographic I created for my multi-genre project. Up to this point, the more technical aspects of writing were things I didn't really think about, but I realize now that this is something that's going to be even more important to teach in the future with the direction our world seems to be going, with emphasis on nonfiction texts. This infographic was super fun to make, and I'm really proud of it. I even made a second one for a project in Dr. Wood's class. Finally, I think the best work I did in this class was on my genre study. I worked really, really hard on it, and while I wouldn't say I enjoy doing homework, I really enjoyed how structured and organized it was. Once I started working on it and got the hang of the mini lesson format, I zipped right through it. I think that this project in particular really shows how much I learned from this class, and this is also something incredibly tangible and useful to use in the future. I kind of love planning and being overplanned, so it was fun for me to get to sit and plan out this unit, and I think it will be something I can definitely share with other teachers. Overall, this was an awesome first semester. I feel like I have learned so much in a short amount of time, and I am able to bring much of this information back into my classroom already. I truly feel like I am learning about teaching reading and writing in a way that is useful, purposeful, and engaging to not just me, but my future students too.